Today we'll take a closer look at chronic wasting disease prions. More specifically, we'll define what a prion is, we'll clarify how they're able to cause disease, and we'll examine how they're able to jump from one species to the next. Join me while we explore the fascinating world of prions. Prion is a protein that is capable of acting as an infectious agent. The typical infectious agents with which we are more familiar include bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi. These all have genetic material that helps them to produce substances that increase their virulence, that is, their ability to cause disease. These organisms all cause disease either by tissue destruction or by alteration of the immune system or by the production of harmful substances known as toxins. Prions, on the other hand, have no genetic material. They are simply proteins with a particular configuration known as a beta sheet. Disease-causing prions have a physiologic counterpart that exists in healthy animals as well as humans, called the cellular prion protein. The cellular prion protein, in its natural state, exists in a configuration known as an alpha helix. It is the interaction of these two proteins that causes the buildup of disease-causing prions, leading to disease. Cellular prion proteins are mostly found on the surface of cells in the cell membrane. They are mainly found in the central nervous system, but can also be found in other non-central nervous system tissues such as the heart, the lymph nodes, the muscle, or the kidney. Their exact function is yet to be uncovered, but researchers believe that they play many roles, including the transmission of signals to the interior of the cell, the regulation of the way cells bind to each other, and they may even bind certain metals in the body, such as copper. So how do they cause disease? For all intents and purposes, we can say that a prion is a molecule that stores information in its shape or configuration. It is able to transmit this information or configuration to other prion proteins, which change their shape to match the shape or configuration of the infecting prion. When the cellular prion protein takes on the shape of the infecting prion, information is transferred to the cellular prion protein. In this new configuration, the cellular prion protein is known as a Scrapie Prion. The newly formed Scrapie Prions are more stable and are able to clump together into aggregates inside and outside of the cells of the central nervous system. Although we do not know for sure, we believe that it is the accumulation of these aggregates that causes the degeneration of the nerve cells. Chronic wasting disease, or zombie deer disease, is a very prevalent prion disease that affects members of the cervidae family, including white-tailed deer, mule deer, elk, and reindeer. The disease manifests with the degeneration of the nervous system, an inflammatory response, as well as the clumping together of abnormal prions into aggregates. This leads to the characteristic symptoms of the disease. Let us take a look at how prions can jump from species to species. The newly formed Scrapie prions exist in a variety of configurations. If the prion infects a new species, some of these configurations will survive and the rest will be destroyed. Only those configurations that are best suited to that species survive and multiply. In this way, a new strain of prion evolves that is more suited to that species. The new strain of prion is then spread by bodily secretions such as the blood, the saliva, the urine, the stool, the carcass, or if the animal is eaten, by the body parts. Because the new strain has evolved in and adapted to the new species, it is better able to cause disease and at a faster rate. Of great concern is the fact that plants that come into contact with bodily secretions of infected animals can take up prions into their stems and leaves and remain infectious even after cooking, potentially spreading the disease to new animals and humans. New strains of prions that evolve are different from the original strain, and the disease that they cause in the animal host is different also, with different incubation periods and different manifestations. It is through this process of adaptation through natural selection that the prions are able to jump from one species to the next. Chronic wasting disease prions are able to infect members of the feline family, the cat family, with great difficulty. But researchers still suspect that it is possible for it to jump to the predator cats like mountain lions sometime in the future. Members of the Candid family, the dog family, are resistant to chronic wasting disease prions and simply pass them out in the stool. As humans, our closest relatives are the primates. Researchers have been able to infect squirrel monkeys with chronic wasting disease prions, but were unsuccessful at infecting macaques. If you found the information useful, like and share with friends and family. Put your comments in the section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so I can keep bringing you important topics in medicine. Thank you for watching.